Okay, so for the very last page, slope, we've talked about it a whole bunch of different ways. Okay, slope is rise over run. Okay, we talked about slope being the change in y, because that's how much you're changing on your y-axis is your rise. And then your run is how much you're changing on your x-axis. Okay, and another way of representing change in y is y2 minus y1. Whatever your second y is minus the first one. The difference between those two is the change in y. And then the difference between the x's is the change in x. So for this part, since we're being given 2 points, we're going to use y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so this is the first, this is the second point. Okay, so on here, y2 is 0 minus y1 is negative 2. And then x2 is 3 minus x1 is negative 2. So you have this weird double negative. Okay, so don't forget from the beginning of the year, right? If it's subtraction, you want to keep, change, change. Keep, change, change. So now 0 plus positive 2 is 2. 3 plus positive 2 is 5. So your slope is 2 over 5. Make sure you write it as a fraction, okay, not as an ordered pair. The next one, 12 minus 7, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, 5 minus 5. So 12 minus 7 is 5, 5 minus 5 is 0. So this should kind of like send up alarms for you, okay? You cannot have a 0. So that is going to be undefined. Okay, if we were to think about these 2 points, okay, the first point you're given is 5, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 7. Okay, and then, or let's call this one 5, 12, and then your next one is 5, 7. Okay, obviously those aren't anywhere close. But if I connected them, right, it's going to give me a straight up and down line. Okay, and then my last one, 4 minus 4, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. 4 minus 4 is 0. Negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5. If you have a 0 on the top, that means that it's going to be a slope of 0. Okay, so again, we could think about, okay, negative 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, if I had the point, where am I? Okay, if I have the point 3, 4, let's call that up here, and then negative 2, 4, that's up here, and I connected that, remember slope, dude, this is 0 fun. Okay, then the very last section, we're going to use change in y over change in x. So y is going up 3, up 3, up 3. So the change in y is 3. Then the change in x, down 2, down 2, down 2. So 3 over negative 2, or you could write that as like negative 3 over 2. Same thing. Here, y is going up 2, up 2, up 2. So the change in y is 2. Change in x, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. 2 over 1 is just 2.